A love for literature can begin at a young age, and an upcoming festival aims to foster that passion in Iowa City's youth. Joining me to discuss One Book, Two Book is John Kenyon, Executive Director of Iowa City, UNESCO City of Literature. Thanks for joining me, John.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So this three-day children's festival, tell me about the history of it.
Sure. Well, One Book, Two Book started 6 years ago as an endeavor of the Iowa City UNESCO City of Literature organization for a number of reasons. We wanted to kind of get a footprint for ourselves out in the community and let people know who we were and what we did. We wanted to offer some programming in the winter. You know, a lot of parents and kids have a little cabin fever and want to get out. And really, we wanted to recognize writing by and for children. I mean, that's kind of the driving goal behind the festival.
And this is a three-day event. Let's break down each day. Let's begin with Friday. You have Once Upon a Time. This is not really a public event. This is more designed for children at Iowa City's elementary schools. Can you elaborate on that?
Sure. Well, the festival started really with a partnership with Iowa City Schools, and so as the festival has grown in scope, we've maintained that Friday night banquet as a way to kind of recognize that partnership with Iowa City Schools. And so we work with our partners at ACT who evaluate those pieces of writing that are submitted by students. They pick a student to represent each elementary school in the Iowa City area, which includes the Iowa City District, Willow Wind, and Regina, and then those students read their work at this Friday night banquet. And then we give a table to each participating elementary school, and so we have about 300 people who come out, students, parents, educators who come and help support these kids.
Okay. And although that event's not open to the public, Saturday is jam-packed with things that anyone can come to.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about some of those events.
Sure. So that's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on the 25th of February, on that Saturday. That will be at the Hotel Vetro Ballroom. And it's really, as you said, a day jam-packed with events. We have a book fair that goes on all day, a lot of children's activities, writing activities. Different partners come in and do activities for the kids that are beyond writing. We'll have a magician who has a science-based show. We have storytellers, giant costume book characters like Pete the Cat and Clifford who will come. It's really a full day of fun things.
And you also have your keynote speaker on Saturday, Jean Luen Yang. Can you tell me a little bit about who he is and why you chose him to bring in as your keynote speaker?
Sure. So Jean is an author and illustrator. He's an Asian American who's written a lot about that experience in his own life, as well as about coding and all kinds of different topics that he has addressed. And he is the National Ambassador for Young People's Literature. So it's really the Young People's Literature equivalent to the Poet Laureate. So he's a big deal in kids' books, in kids' writing. And so his team actually put out a call a couple of years ago when he got this post and said he wants to go do events, put in pitches. And so we put in a pitch and asked him to come be a part of our festival, and he jumped at the chance. And so he's going to be the keynote for our Friday night banquet. He'll give the first big production during Saturday's event. He's going to do an illustration workshop for younger kids as part of Saturday's event. We're just very thrilled to have him. He's quite a big deal, and it's great to have him here in the City of Literature.
And rounding out the festival, you have an event that's really just for up-and-coming authors. Talk a little bit about Write Out Loud and what people can expect.
Sure. So we solicit a piece of original writing, one page, from students in grades 1 through 8 all throughout the Iowa City-Cedar Rapids corridor. We received about 800 submissions this year, and so our partners at ACT evaluate those, and they are picking grade level winners in 2 different categories. There's Write Stuff, which is for pieces that are really technically proficient and just a great story. And then there's From the Heart, which is for pieces that, maybe every comma isn't in place, but there's real talent there and there's a great story, and so they want to recognize those students as well. And so in grades 1 through 8, we're giving those 2 grade level prizes, and then we also give honorable mention recognition to kids. So throughout the course of the weekend, we'll probably recognize between 125 and 150 students in the area for their writing excellence. The event will be held from 1 to 3 at McBride Auditorium on the university campus. It's free. It's a great opportunity for the community to come out and hear some amazingly talented young writers read their work, and to help recognize the excellence that those kids are showing, and to show that the community values what they're doing. And so, as I said at the outset, the festival is about writing for kids and by kids, and the writing by the kids is all about what we're doing on Write Out Loud.
And the event is February 24th to 26th. To put on this festival, you need a lot of volunteers. Can you talk about how people can pitch in and help out if they want to?
Sure. We do need a lot of volunteers, from people who are helping the student writers get where they need to be, all the way up through, we need somebody to be Clifford, we need somebody to be Pete the Cat. So people can sign up for volunteer slots. There's a big link on our webpage for the festival, which is onebook2book.org. And that'll take you to a United Way page. United Way helps us to manage and recruit our volunteers, and so you can sign up through that process and help us out. We do need a lot of folks, and we would encourage people to come help out. It's a lot of fun.
John, thanks so much for joining me and sharing this information.
Thanks for having me.
Again, the festival is February 24th to 26th. Make sure to come down, get involved. You can find all the information at onebook2book.org. And City Channel 4 will also be recording many of the events, so keep an eye on our website for that to come out.